experience was excellent. I think this type of program have a lot of potential. I felt a fair amount of excitement from the class, from the group, which I think contributed to the success. We just had a session of review of the program, and I think the comments were very positive, so which is very encouraging and definitely shows that the potential is huge. So yeah, it was great success.
I've really enjoyed it. I found it a bit of a struggle in the beginning, just because of my lack of knowledge with computers, but once I got on board with that, I really have enjoyed it.
It's great, especially for our industry, because we work long hours and busy. There's busy seasons where you just don't have a whole lot of spare time, so it's good to be flexible and be able to work when you can.
I think it's kind of funny to learn how to cook online, because a lot of it's hands-on. I mean, there's a lot of videos, there's a lot of everything, but most cooks can't cook until they actually cook. That's why a lot of first-year apprentices here, they go to school and then they have no idea what to do in the real world. But I think this is good because people actually have established that. So that's how the online information, you can take it in because they've actually done it.
One thing that I've learned in there is that the motivation level from the apprentices has to be very high. It really requires someone that is motivated and disciplined to connect online on a regular basis, whether it's daily or weekly and so on, and keep up with the studying. I don't think these programs are for everyone. In fact, in other talks I've had with apprentices and employers, I think this program is going to be great for the elite apprentices, those that are motivated and able to learn on their own with support, but the minimum of support.
Mainly students with families and students that can't take that month off. I think it's a good opportunity for them to be able to come in here and get the experience that they need without having to sacrifice any home time or any, financial.
You do well if you're motivated and inspired to cook. You would do well.
I think someone who would do extremely well in this program is someone who's very self-motivated and driven. If you're a person who expects to have everything just handed to you on a plate, you're not really going to succeed, because this is a program where there's a small course, not a small course, a very large course spaced over 8 months. And there's a lot of practical work you got to do. There's a lot of theory you need to know to even succeed at the practical work, and you need to be able to understand what you do wrong, because you're going to do something wrong at some point.
It's good that it's self-paced and it works. So when you can go on anytime and do what you need to do and learn what you need to learn and apply it as you're working, it's really helpful.
Set goals for yourself. I mean, most cooks are quite dedicated to be in the trade to start off with, but you just have to, pace yourself. Make sure you know your deadlines, make sure you get all your assignments in on time. Because, if you kind of bank everything towards the end, you're going to end up struggling to get through.
I found that there was great technical support, which I appreciated. And like I said again, once I got online and got things figured out, then it was great.
Well, this is an apprenticeship program, and as any other apprenticeship program, there's a practical training component which is typically done at work, and there's a technical training component which is typically done in school. And I think this reinforces the fact that the apprentice has to learn the practical skills at work. The technical skills, the how to cut a chicken, how to fillet a fish, how to make a sauce, we can, with the technology we have available nowadays, we can very clearly show that online with videos and voice recordings and mini lessons and so on. And I think we have succeeded really, really well.
You have to be dedicated and you want it. You have to have the desire for it, and you'll do all right.
I'm sure it's been less challenging for me than others because I've got a lot of time. My kids are grown and out of the house. But I just think it's been great. Yeah, absolutely. The time issue is the biggest thing for me. You can take a quiz at any time or learn different things at any time of the day. So whenever it works into your schedule.
Make sure that you are sitting down weekly with your sponsor. Make sure that you are they're as into it as you are. Because if they're not into it as you are, you're really just going to be by yourself. You know, be prepared to set aside a time every single week.
I was lucky enough to have sponsors that were really good. So if somebody's working in a job that they're really confident in and can have a lot of help, that would definitely be the best.
The ideal sponsor for me would be somebody that is as invested in your future or your education as you are, so they would be actually interested in what was going on with your school, and keeping, at very least setting up times when it was appropriate for the two of you to sit down and go over what was going on for school and be willing to, you know, make some of the sacrifices that need to be made.
The sponsor's responsibility is to perhaps motivate and encourage the apprentice to keep up with the learning, but also give the apprentice the opportunity to practice those skills that we are teaching in the technical training portion of the course. So I think the sponsor has to be a little more aware of the apprentice and what the apprentice is doing, being able to, again, give him the environment to be able to practice those skills.
The overall experience is great because, you know, Joe Bear is very, very helpful and very approachable, and the videos are good, and you know, you learn from the textbook and you apply it at work.
Make sure that the people that are entering the program have a good chance of succeeding. And I will do the same with the sponsors as well. I think that will be quite critical, really. There's no point in setting people for failure.
Anyone that was, you know, in my same situation that doesn't have the time to be away from home for a month or more at a time, I would definitely recommend this program. Is good for that.
For the most part, I think we've done the whole team has done a great job, and again, it's the potential, I think, is great. It's fantastic.
Working and then coming home and doing homework works well for me. I mean, you lose a bit of sleep doing it, but it's in the end it pays off well.
It gives an opportunity to these type of apprentices to access apprenticeship online without having to leave work for 6 weeks at a time to get the training. It also allowed those remote area cooks such as camp cooking and you know, northern BC, Fort St. John, the Sun Creek, and all those remote areas out there where apprentices have now will have the opportunity to access the training and to lead to certification, which is what most cooks want in their apprenticeship.
I think it's great because it's so flexible. I really enjoyed it very much. I'm almost sad to see it coming to an end, but relieved on the same side, and looking forward to the second year.